Welcome to my channel, guys. So today we will be talking about Alucard, one of the most popular heroes. Alucard is a player-friendly hero. He's easy to use and has a high carry potential in solo rank. Here is my recommended build and emblem for Alucard. People say Alucard is weak to crowd control, but that's not the case, because if you think properly, almost all heroes are weak to crowd control. And the biggest strength is, Alucard can't get bursted down easily. For example, Eudora full combo can't one-shot Alucard one-on-one. She at least needs 3 or 4 items to one-shot Alucard one-on-one. But on the other hand, assassins like Hayabusa, Gujin, etc., Eudora full combo can one-shot them with just 1 item, 1v1. And Alucard is the only hero strong from early to late game. The only weakness for Alucard is crowd control and tanky heroes. I think on tanky heroes, Hylos is the biggest counter for Alucard. If the enemy has 2 crowd control or 2 tanky enemies, it's fine, but more than 2 will make your Alucard work harder. But don't worry, enemies can't take more than 3 tanky heroes. For example, Mage or Marksman can't be tanky, so EXP Roam and Tanky Jungler, they can't have more than 3 tanky heroes. But if we talk about crowd control, they can have 4 crowd control. Think, they can have Mage, Hyper, EXP, and Tank with crowd control, so I suggest avoid picking Alucard if enemies have more than 2 crowd control enemies. From crowd control, Franco and Kalea are the only biggest threat for Alucard, and Marksmen are not included, because no Marksman can kill Alucard one-on-one, except if it's a fed Marksman or late-game full-build Marksman with Battle Spell or Wind of Nature. Then they can win Alucard one-on-one. But on Marksman, only biggest threat for Alucard is Melissa. Cause of her ultimate, it doesn't allow melee heroes to get close. You might be thinking, Martis or Fredrin can't get one shot no matter how much you try. But Martis has a flaw. He's an early game hero. He falls off in the late game. He heavily relies on early pressure and early snowball, shutting enemies early. If you can't do that, then surely you will be useless in the late game. And for Fredrin, you can't expect you can carry with a tank jungler in solo, but tank junglers are used to counter burst heroes. If you have a good squad, you can play tank jungler with support. If you think you lack frontliners, or if your teammates want to pick support. I know you might be thinking, pro players say Alucard is a shit hero. Yeah, that's right, because pro players on extremely high ranks play 5-man with well-coordinated teams. So pro players can't make Alucard work. Alucard doesn't have too much sustain as alpha, or too much escape tools, except his first skill. So you can say, he is not a proper fighter or a proper assassin. Now you will say, Julian is a fighter assassin, but he is strong. Yeah, because he is less of a fighter, more of an assassin. He has escape tools, his second skill lets him immune. And he is versatile, he has crowd control, AoE, and a burst skill. But see Alucard, he can't be immune like Lancelot, Julian, or Hayabusa. Alucard is weak against crowd control, tanky heroes, and anti-heal. He heavily relies on his lifesteal and has no crowd control. But at least Alpha can be a sustained hyper who can take a lot of damage and has a crowd control on his ultimate. And he is a tank killer. Alpha is just weak against burst heroes and Valier, Juxin. So pro players can't make Alucard work. Pro players play heroes with technique. A hero that can dive in and out of fights easily, like Hayabusa or Fanny. Or a hero with crowd control, sustain for the team, and deal damage at the same time. Or an all-in-one hero like Suyo. So I'm trying to say, if a pro player says that this hero is useless, or they can't make it work in their rank or tournament, does not mean that hero is unusable. You can make heroes like Alucard, Guzin, or Yin work in your casual ranked matches. Yep, Gujin is on the same page as Alucard. He has only 1 dash on his ultimate, can't immune, 1 combo, and it's all over for you. Alucard heavily relies on his ultimate. Yin also heavily relies on his ultimate. Gujin heavily relies on his timing and IQ. And Gujin needs support, so it won't work on pro players, but it works on your casual ranked matches, rank grinding. If we talk about Yin, he needs support, but he will work on casual rank games. because enemies won't have proper coordination. You can pick off enemies here and there. But to be honest, he is bad at taking objectives. Because think about it, if you ult one enemy while taking objectives, you can't use retribution on the turtle. So be smart. If you think you can kill enemy jungler first, then go for it. If enemies are already on it, and you think you can kill enemy jungler and come out in time for turtle or lord, go for it. But if you think you can't, they will disrupt. Then just wait for the right time to use your retribution. So Yin out of the way, Alucard doesn't need too much support by team. He can independently carry most matches. Alucard is a natural counter to marksmen and assassins. None of the assassins or marksmen can win Alucard one-on-one. He can be used as a gold laner or jungle. The less crowd control, the more Alucard will get strong. The heroes that counter Alucard, Franco, Vaxia, Gatokaka, Glue, Hylos, Kalea, Badang, Argus, late game, Martis, early game, late game, Freya, late game, anti-heal items, and Valir. Shut him down early to stop Alucard from getting out of control. You can use Martis too to shut him down early, but Martis can't win against Alucard in late game. But the best way to shut down any hero is to invade. If your lineup is strong early, or you have friends to play with, like trio or 5-man, that is the way to go. If your friends are at least average players, I can understand it's almost impossible to have friends with equal skills. The dark system mostly targets solo players. If you have friends with equal skills, I recommend playing with them to avoid the dark system. So that's it for today, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe, like, share, comment for more content like this. And please always watch the full video. I would appreciate it.